January 8, 2026, following the death of Renee Nicole Good in Minnesota, Ridgefield's Democratic Town Committee organized a candlelight vigil on the steps of Town Hall. Speakers included state and local officials who framed the event not only as an act of mourning, but as a warning about the direction of the country, the role of federal authority, and the need for political resistance. This gathering occurred in Fairfield County, where immigration policy, state housing mandates, and questions of local control are already deeply contested, and where Ridgefield leaders have openly argued that the town lacks sufficient diversity. What follows is the unedited footage of that evening. It is presented without commentary, so viewers can consider how national narratives, local politics, and tragedy converged on Ridgefield's town hall steps.
So I heard about this gathering, this vigil for tonight, and I was at a meeting and I said, I've got to be here. I know, like many of you, I saw the videos and the TV coverage last night, and I am almost without words. It was shocking. And I know these acts of terrorism have happened in other cities and other places, but we haven't seen them because they haven't been videotaped. And much like 5 years ago when we saw the killing of George Floyd, because somebody was videotaping it, somebody was recording it, it was the same kind of horror. And astonishingly, just not even a mile from where that happened 5 years ago. And for me, all day, I've been in meetings. I'm sure all of us have been going about our business all day long because we always have to keep going. But it was with me all day. It was something that I was thinking about all day long. And I feel like this opportunity to come together here tonight is really important because we do have to stand up and we do have to speak out and we have to say, this is not okay. None of this is okay. And, you know, we have to look as elected officials of what we can do for the state of Connecticut to make sure that we try and protect our citizens, protect our residents, I should say, protect everyone who lives in the state, but also to make sure that if anything were to happen like this, that there would be consequences, that there would be prosecution, there would be an honest investigation. And so I feel like today, this day of mourning, for Renee Nicole Good, a day of horror for all of us that this is happening in our country. And it is important that we come together. It is important, as the sign says, that we stand for justice for Renee, that we don't let this just go away. And because it's going to happen again. And for anybody who thinks that if we just keep our head down, Connecticut will be okay, because they won't come here if we're not speaking up and standing out and doing anything to draw attention. They're mistaken. It's not here right now because we're not big enough. We're not a Minneapolis. We're not a Boston. We're not a Chicago. We don't have any big cities like that. We're a small state, but it will come here. If they get away with it there, they'll get away with it everywhere. So we have to stand up against this. And I just appreciate the opportunity to speak because I've been thinking about it all day long. And speaking to you is not like giving a speech. It's like just sharing how I feel. And I'm sure a lot of you are feeling the same way. And so that's why you're here. But it is important to stand up and to be there. So thank you for putting this together, and thank you for allowing me to share my views.
Of course, I echo everything that Senator Kushner spoke about just now. I didn't have a chance to see the video that last night was late night duty, and today was budgets over and over, but I will tonight hopefully get home in time to catch the video. But coming back from Danbury just now, I don't know if you are, they interviewed or played a tape of the interview with the mayor, who was quite upset that what he referred to, the excuse that was used by the federal government, by our elected officials, was that this was an act of terrorism on this woman's part. And his response to that was bullshit. They bleeped it out. I wish they didn't, because it fits perfectly. It's bullshit what's going on in our country. We cannot take this any longer. And Julie's right. For us to sit up here, stand up here as elected officials, we do that a lot. We talk a lot. You hear us a lot. We talk about all the issues that confront our state. But we need to hear from you loud and clear. You have to take a more active role in keeping our country a democracy that we've enjoyed for so many years. We're looking at the evolution of a dictator. History has shown us that lesson. And this is the beginning. And Julie's right. We're not big enough right now, but it will have an impact on every single one of us, our families, our kids, children, everyone are going to feel this impact, and we have to stop it. I don't know what we can do right now other than speak out and protest and object to what took place in Minneapolis, because that was poor, really, really bad on our government's part. I'm ashamed. I'm a proud American. I love this country. I love this town, you know. But I don't like, and I hate, and I have a sign in my office that hate has no place here. But I use the word tonight. I hate to see what happened in Minneapolis, that our own government is taking the lives of residents, of Americans. There's enough warfare in this world. There's enough hatred everywhere, and yet we're seeing it now in our own cities. This is unacceptable. And we need your help to do it. We need your help to confront it. We need your help to change it. Thank you.
Renee Good was you guys. Renee Good was all of us. Shit. She was a mom, and she was a partner, and she was an activist. She was doing what you all are doing right now. And she was fighting for people who weren't her. She was fighting for the rights of people who didn't look like her. And if you think this wasn't a message from the people who did this, watch it again. You hear a lot from the other side, the people who oppose what we're doing right now, that it's not appropriate to politicize something like this. That you shouldn't say Renee's death was in vain and it was wrong and it was awful and we need to mobilize against it when she hasn't even been gone more than 24 hours. And to that I say, if this ever happens to me, drag my body up to the front of this town hall so everybody can see it. And I don't think there are too many people here who would disagree with that. I'm so angry and I'm so sad. And that reminds me that two things can be very true at the same time. Just like we can be here with our candles, thinking about the loss of this woman at the hands of our government, at the same time as we can be thinking about how do we fight this? How do we mobilize to stop this? Rudy was right. We have to keep showing up. Julie's right. We're going to do everything we can at the state level as your elected officials. But what you're doing is so much more important than that. I was raised by a Vietnam veteran, my mother. She was a nurse in the Army. She actually never even made it over to Vietnam because when she got out of basic training, the need over here was so terrible to help those who were making it home alive in whatever horrible condition they were in. And it turned my mother into an anti-war activist immediately. And I was raised by these hippies. They literally got married in bare feet. And we always had music on. And I remember, what were you, about like 6 or 7 when you start to listen to the lyrics and you realize that singing phonetically, you're maybe singing some things that a 6-year-old shouldn't be singing. And I remember a song, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Any fans?
Yes.
So I'm sure you know where I'm going on this.
Oh,
1970, Kent State. Our National Guard cut down 4 college students, in addition to the other 9 who they shot. 4 were murdered on the spot. And I didn't know about that until I asked my parents what I was singing when I sang the lyrics, "Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are cutting us down. Should have been done long ago. What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground? How can you run when you know?" Woo, there I go again. Don't run. Stay in this. Stay focused. Be safe. There are safe ways to do this. I am not saying that what Renee did was her own doing. It was not. Protect yourselves so that we can protect others. Thank you so much for being here today. It is tremendous to see you all, and we got to keep at it.
This vigil reflects more than grief, it illustrates how tragedy can be rapidly politicized, deepening local divisions. The Ridgefield Record offers this footage so residents can judge that shift for themselves.